And welcome to the second Leadership Pulaski County. So the other group has already done the guinea pig, so all the flaws are worked out. This will all run extremely smooth. But I think the biggest key you've got to do is have a positive attitude. And you've got to go along with the program. So when Cecilia tells you to do something, don't whine, don't fuss, don't question.
Why are you looking at me while you're saying that?
He
was looking like right here, and I'm like, why?
I was looking at Sean. But I think that with this course, you truly get out of it what you put into it. I mean, that is the key. You've got to be there on is it Fridays you do most of your classes on, Cecilia? Fridays?
Thursdays.
Thursdays, okay. You've really got to make the effort to be there, and you need to slap your workplace on the back and say, hey, thanks for letting me take this day, because in today's world, everybody's already having to do more with less, and it's hard for businesses to give up and say, hey, you can take this day off, or you can take a couple of days off, and then you're just like me. You've had a long day, and you're going, man, another night out, but you've got to do those things when you live in a community like we do, because if you don't volunteer, our community will die. I'm a big believer in that. When Janet and I grew up in Arkansas, but this is how we grew up in a small town. If you didn't have volunteers that were willing to take leadership roles, your community will just dry up and blow away. And you've got to do it, with the right positive attitude. If you're going at it with, oh, well, let's see how much Security Bank can get business out of this, it's the wrong way. Because the business will take care of itself if you're making your community grow. It just will. If you go into it with the attitude, I'm only doing this to make some contacts and things like that, it never works out. So go into it with the attitude, hey, I'm going to learn some leadership styles, I'm going to learn about Pulaski County, and if you do those things, you're going to have a great course. And then the rest of it comes along with it. When I first got here, and not to go too long, I was very lucky in the law firm I practiced that I could volunteer. Because not a lot of law partners would accept your law partner because you got to bill X amount of hours to make money to be out. And when I moved to the bank, I was very lucky that the bank atmosphere that we live in is like, hey, you got to get out in the community. And I'm very lucky that I had a family that supports doing those type things, because if you don't, it makes it hard. And that's what allows me to be the president of the Chamber of Commerce, to be the president of LWI, to be the chairman of the Missouri Military Preparedness and Enhancement Commission. These are all zero-paying jobs. But you know what? I get so much more out of those jobs than what I can ever give into. And if you go at it with that attitude, you're going to do that. You're going to start meeting and finding out what's going on in the community. You're going to find out, hey, I can shape our community. I can shape our school system. I can make this a better place to live. I can get it where my son, being selfish, will want to come back to this area. If your kids don't come back to our community, what's going to happen? It's going to die. We've got to make it that way. And that's what you guys are going to do. That's what you gain, even if it's in the smallest way. Even if you think, oh, this doesn't count, it does count. It counts so much just to give back. It counts back for our cities. It counts back for our county, and eventually counts for our state. But the best thing that could happen to me is if my son, when he gets out of medical school, can say, hey, I'm going to practice medicine. If I ask him today, not happening, Dad. It's just not, right? But when you look, when I arrived at Fort Leonard Wood, when Janet and I came here for the first trip in 1983, when I graduated from law school, we drove down the spur, little tears coming down our eye, going, oh my, we signed up for Virginia, we signed up for this, we signed up for that. And we get out on post, and I never forget my mom leans over and says, Janet, don't worry about this. The officers don't live in these houses. Ned had Major General so-and-so. But you look at from 1983 to where we're at today, unbelievable. And it's because people like you and the people before you and the people before them said, you know what? we're gonna make this a better place. Not that we have to be Springfield, I never wanna get there, to be honest. I like my little rural area. I like driving home every night. I like when I go to a restaurant, seeing people that I know. I like walking into some place that I know people, and we can sit down and you have a conversation. That's what you're going to get out of this if you go into it with a positive attitude. Half full, half empty glass, right? That's what it's all about. So now